We're so jacked up on our own egos and so misguided by mainstream, marketing. We don't know what the fuck is real.
You have to change. Stop living on autopilot. Stop chasing algorithms, dollar signs, and the next viral trend like a mindless drone. This isn't a game, it's your life. And you're losing.
My whole life I felt like a stepchild. In school, at home, and especially in music and rap where I have a profession. 9th grade, they wouldn't let me join band class because I couldn't read music. But I still had the passion, and I'm on 2 instruments now, picking up a 3rd. But when all that happened, I said, fuck them. I didn't let none of that shit stop me from doing anything that I wanted to do. And that's because the people that I think are innovators was the people I looked up to, like the Pharrells, the Kanyes, the Hype Williams, the Dave Chappelles, the Erykah Badu's, the Andre 3000s. And while I don't think I'm an innovator, but they are, I know it's a common thread between us. And I feel like we're all free and we create from this honest place, this really honest space where we don't give a fuck where no one says.
We're told that our worth is measured in likes, shares and followers. But what are we really gaining? We're caught in a cycle, a relentless grind of chasing what's next. We trade our passions for trends, our health for views, and our relationships for social credit. We've become puppets to the metrics. And to be fair, it's tearing us apart. I've been there too. I've played the game, I've created content that I don't care about, all for the sake of validation. It's hollow. It's empty. And I'm done with it. I'm done being the puppet. We've all seen it, the algorithms pushing us hope core, motivation, escape the matrix and so on. But what does that actually mean, and why are we all so obsessed with it culturally?
What's a better question for me to ask Jordan Peterson?
How are you doing?
How are you doing? How are you doing?
If someone else spoke to me the way that I speak to myself, I'd have to kill that son of a bitch because, I couldn't tolerate that.
You murdered yourself. You murdered yourself. You killed someone. That person happened to be you, but you couldn't even show up for yourself.
We're fed a constant stream of slogans and catchphrases promising a quick fix to our dissatisfaction. But these are just distractions. They keep us from chasing the next big thing instead of looking inward. It's a collective delusion that by chasing these ideals, we'll find fulfillment. But all we're doing is perpetuating a cycle of superficial gratification, while the real answers remain buried underneath the noise. So you have to take the first step and find out what really matters to you. Strip away the layers of external validation and look beyond the surface. What makes you feel alive? Not just satisfied or entertained. What makes you feel alive?
If the ending to my book can be so amazing because of all that was done, not the money, all that was accomplished, the first to do, the man that did this, he caused the merger between this. Because of his commitment and growth to this, the communities were then given this, made education this, changed the way the schooling was blah, 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 gave books, gave computers, gave all of the things that can be associated with you and your existence become a part of the chapters in your book.
Look at your YouTube homepage. It's a carousel of meaningless content, endless videos dissecting YouTube drama, gaming news and infomercial-style pitches about making a quick fortune. It's a parade of creators churning out what's trending, not because they care, but because they know it'll grab your attention.
I'm Peppa Pig.
Are you still doing the ASMR? Now is the age that I have to tell you something that you are adopted.
These videos are designed to exploit the algorithm to chase views and clicks and not offer any real value. They're a reflection of a culture obsessed with surface level success, drowning in a sea of mediocrity. We're fed a steady diet of top 10s, how-tos and sensationalist headlines, all while the genuine, meaningful content gets lost in the noise. You know, it's tempting to resign yourself to the idea that your video doesn't cater to the algorithm or the current trend. It's not worth your time. So you just give up. I gave up. Why bother pouring your heart into something if the numbers just don't add up? Yet, it's precisely the struggle that defines whether you're truly engaged in your work or you're just chasing the next high. The real challenge is to find value in your passion and to create despite the metrics. It's about building something that aligns with your values and interests, even if it means fewer views. Authenticity has its own rewards, and sometimes it's the smaller, more genuine audience that appreciates and finds your true worth in what you create. So ask yourself, are you just creating for the numbers, or are you creating because it matters to you?
In the beginning, I never thought any of the things that I'm doing were possible or realistic. And I just did things out of the love of them, thinking I would have real jobs. And, you know, like the thing that my passion would be my hobby, and I'd have a job to support my hobby.
Yeah.
And it just magically turned out different than that without me knowing it was possible.
When the numbers aren't what you hoped for and the views seem to trickle into a snail's pace, it's easy to feel disheartened. The harsh reality is that not every piece of content will take off. And you know, that's okay. The key to navigating this challenging landscape is resilience. Understand that content creation is a marathon and not a sprint. Success doesn't come overnight, and even the most celebrated creators face countless setbacks before hitting their stride. Embrace the journey and recognize that each piece of content that you create is a step forward to refining your craft and understanding your audience just that little bit better. The incremental progress that you make is just as valuable as any viral moment.